देखो सुनो मत भूलो, whenever whatever you are, be 100% करे नाटक, किसी को आओ मत कहो, किसी को जाओ मत कहो, ना कुछ पाना ना कुछ खोना, who asked you live at zero complaint level, मौज में रहो, be happy. Shri Krishna, Shri Krishna, Shri Krishna, Shri Krishna. Gurur Brahma, Gurur Vishnu, Gurur Devo Maheshwaraha, Guru Sakshat Param Brahma, Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha, Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. 7 is a very important number. 7 days of the week, 7th heaven. So, 7 chakras. So, through the 7 chakras we have to rise. In the Kundalini Marga, they talk about the 7 chakras. These are the 7 chakras according to Vedanta. Ajnana, incomplete knowledge. Knowledge can never be absent. There can be incompleteness in knowledge. Then, as this, the second stage is avaran, the incomplete knowledge covers the truth, the knowledge. Then, as a result, vikshepa. And therefore, we start behaving, I want this, I want that, I am this, I am that, karta, bhokta. Then we suffer and come to Murdeshwar. Then here we get Paroksha Jnana. Then nothing happens. Because we don't work on it. So this Paroksha Jnanam is to be converted into Aparoksha Jnanam, Vicharata. So 5. And if Aparoksha Jnanam happens, then Dukkha Nivritti. We refuse to be miserable. This is the definition of yoga according to Bhagavan Sri Krishna. Bhagavan's definition is Samvidya Dukkha Sanyoga Viyogam Yoga Sannitam Sa Nishchena Yoktavyaha Yogaha Anirvinda Chetasa. Yoga is when the miseries come in life, we refuse to be miserable. The ability to refuse to be miserable is yoga. Not twisting the body, but straightening the mind. So, Dukkha Nivritti, 6th. Dukkha Nivritti also happens when we are in a coma or we are, under anesthesia. No. It is not a negative. Dukkha Nivritti is not what we normally understand. Then Nirankusha Trupti. Nirankusha Trupti is now nothing in this world can challenge our contentment. These are the 7 stages. So the Jiva is born when Vikshepa starts. If we were going somewhere evening time, new place, we happened to step on something and we did not know that it is rope, but it is something. So, there is something, but what it is not known. So, there is incompleteness in knowledge. And that incompleteness then helps our earlier experiences. Then we imagine, I stepped there and it little bit moved. Must be a snake. Nobody can imagine. On the rope, I thought it was an elephant. Similar type. And thereafter, projection. Projection is imagination. I think it is something bad. And then vikshepa. Frustration, anger. I want to go and kill that. So, paroksha jnanam. If the snake is there and if it has bitten you, don't worry. Snake will die. You are capable of that. No. Then, aparokshanubhuti, okay, go and see. How go and see? With the proper means of knowledge. Torch. Proper means of knowledge. And then we come to discover, hey, it is just a rope. So, dukkha nivritti ho gayi. And then, trupti, no problem. So, out of the 7 stages, the 3rd stage, projection, vikshepa, is the birth of jiva, the body. Now here, a question is raised. Ajnanam avrutischaite vikshepat prag prasiddhyatah. Vikshepa is the beginning of the jiva. So, ajnana and avrutti, incomplete knowledge and avaran, covering, they are before the birth of jiva. Yes. Yadyapi atha api avastheti vikshepa saiva natmana. Now the question comes. These 2 things, ignorance and avaran, to whom they belong? Because jiva is born at vikshepa. Then to whom they belong? Do they belong to Paramatma? They also belong to the jiva only. How can we accept? Jiva is born later. See? It is something like complaining. The child complains, Mommy, Daddy, I don't like you. Why? You did not invite me for your marriage. This can happen in USA. I know one lady, girl, she introduced me. Swamiji is named Nobert. And he married my mother. And I was the, what they call it, I don't know, some special girl goes along with the bride. So I was going with my mother. And I got my mother married to this man. See? Now you tell me what more progress you want. We are still outdated. So, this ajnana and avaran must belong to someone else. It cannot belong to jiva. So the teacher says, no. They don't belong to atma, they belong to jiva. How can we accept it? Because vikshepa utpattitaha purvam api vikshepa sanskriti asti eva. Vikshepa sanskriti samskar. Ignorance is not an object. Show me ignorance. What will you say? Ignorance of what? Now this mic does not have ignorance. I have ignorance. What is the brand of this mic? So, the jiva, although born at Vikshepa Shakti, yet the ignorance and the avaran, they belong to jiva only. How come? Now take a simple example. When I put the kettle for heating, switch on. And all normally people, Swamiji, what are you doing? I am preparing tea. Why are you bluffing? I said, this is not satsanga. Why will I bluff? No, but you are only heating the water and you say you are making tea. See the difference? Although I am heating the water, but the water is heated for making the tea. So although the tea is not born, Yet teeth referred, is it not? Exactly the same way, although Vikshepa is the beginning of the Jiva, yet avidya or ajnana and avaran, ignorance and covering, they belong to Jiva only. So ajnana avaran is to be in the womb of Maya. And therefore, Vikshepa utpatitaha purvam Vikshepa sanskriti asti eva tad avasthatvam aviruddham tatastayoho. And therefore, although the Jiva is born at Vikshepa, yet these two things belong to the Jiva only. Suppose the student thinks, suppose Brahmani aropitattvena Brahmavaste imeti. Why not we think like this? That is ignorance and avaran. They belong to Brahman. Problem will be solved. See? Brahmani aropitattvena Brahma avaste iti. Na shankaniyam. Don't think like that. Why? Sarvasam Brahmani eva aropitam. Everything is superimposed only on Brahman. Not only ignorance, but ignorance, these ajnana, avarana, then vikshepa, paroksha jnana, aparoksha jnanam, dukkha nivritti and nirankusha trupti. Everything is supported by the same reality. See? Now, why this kinds of doubt come? Because our understanding is confused. See? One is superimposition, and second is absence. So, when something is superimposed, it appears but doesn't exist. So here, this is the prakriya. We are trying to understand that the jiva is to be recognized along with the substratum. The husband has to be understood along with the man. Husband is not independent entity. It is a conditioned consciousness. And whatever appears because of the conditioning, as many conditionings, so many types are born. See? Space is one. And because of the conditioning of the sun, then we name the spaces. North, east, west, south, four corners, up and down. Has the space become 10? And yet we say, and thereafter Feng Shui comes in, then your Vastu Shastra comes, and the space is laughing. Have they become 10? No. Therefore, conditioned expressions appear to have become many, but they never become. Therefore, samsari aham vibudduham nishokatushta ityapi jivaga uttaravastha bhanti na brahmaga yadi. So, aham samsari, aham vibuddha, I am a samsari, I am realized. Nishokaha, I have no difficulty, no problem. Tushtaha, I am fully contained. These jivaga uttaravastha bhanti. These are the conditions even belonging to the jiva only. Na brahmana yadi. But not for the Brahman. So this is the question raised. Tarhi ajnyoham brahma sattva bhane madrushtita nahi iti purve avastecha bhase te jivage khalu. And therefore, what will happen? Aham ajnaha, I am ignorant. Sattva bhane, I know I am, and I experience being Brahman. Therefore, from my point of view, even this thing also belongs to the jiva only. Therefore, all the experiences which are having a relationship of the Triputi, experiencer, experienced, and experiencer, they all belong to the jiva. Therefore, this basic principle we have to understand, that knowledge where Triputi happens. Triputi means three parts. Knower, known knowledge. Experiencer, experiencer, and experienced. That knowledge where Triputi happens is the field of the jiva. And that knowledge where Triputi does not happen is the Brahman, the reality. Now, right now, I am hearing. And from my point of view, I am talking. So in this, the object is words, hearing is the experience, and I am the hearer. So this is happening in the knowledge, but the knowledge is mind. Now in this knowledge, what will be the possibility? Suppose this is a stand. I know this is a stand, but I am not the stand. So in this knowledge where the known is separated from the knower. But when it comes to Paroksha Jnanam, that you are the reality, you are Brahman, so will that knowledge happen like this thing? This is Satyam Jnanam Ananta Brahma. I know. But I am not Brahman. Then it is not the right way. Therefore, that knowledge where I is not born, that knowledge where the means of knowledge are not involved, that is the Pramana Nirapeksha Anubhuti, that is our essential nature. And therefore, the ultimate truth is go beyond knowledge and ignorance. Sant Ganeshwar Maharaj says, Janiva Neniva Bhagavanti Nahi. There is no knowledge and ignorance in me. There is no present and absent in me. Friends, this experience is what is truth. Don't try to understand, or else you will get lost. It should be absolute quietness, smashan shanti. No, let there be any noise in the whole world. See, nothing can disturb us. To what extent? Like the space is not disturbed, although supporting all the contents. Therefore, tarhi ajnyoham brahma sattva bhane madrushtita nahi iti purva avasthecha bhasete jivage khalu. Therefore, I am ignorant, etc. And this is also the experience of the jiva and not for the Brahman. See. Now to this, the thought continued. Ajnanasya ashrayo brahma iti adhishthanataya jaguhu. Jivavastatvam ajnana abhimanitvam avadisham. Therefore, ajnanasya ashrayaha, now be attentive. Ignorance or the incomplete knowledge is supported by the Brahman, and I am happy, I am miserable, I am suffering, I am not suffering. This doesn't belong to Brahman. This belongs to the Jiva. Now what? It is something like that. I am miserable because of my wife. This belongs to the husband, not to the man. So what is the husband? He is conditioned man. See friends, man is untouched by them. In the same manner, in place of man is the Brahman, and in place of the husband is the Jiva. Now how the husband is born? A sense of incompleteness. What a life without a wife. Sense of incompleteness. Apurnata, ajnana. And then avaran. See, single person is not respected in the society. I think I should get married. Vikshepa. Get married. Then Purneshwar. Paroksha Jnanam. Then Can we correct this? Yes, you can correct. How to correct it? Don't take her seriously. Paroksha Jnana. But how to practice? Before eating, tell the food is very good. So that you don't have to speak lies and incur sin. Slowly, slowly, you will remain undisturbed without getting a divorce. So, the husband is now realized. He doesn't have to go anywhere. Meaning what? Let there be any kind of conditionings, but none of them should have the freedom to influence us. See, my friends, this is all spiritual practice. Two minds can never be same. There will be different approaches. Therefore, ajnanasya ashraya brahma iti adhishthanataya jago. Brahman is the adhishthan and ignorance is superimposed. Therefore, jiva vastatvam ajnana abhimanini. So when I consider myself to be ignorant, then it is for the jiva. And therefore, don't think that you are jiva, you are miserable. Therefore, the real spiritual practice is insist that you are okay. If somebody does a mistake, don't take a revenge. In one Punjabi house I went, old lady, it was my fault. Never ask old people about their health. They will make you ill. I did that. I said, Amma, how are you? Swamiji, better. And then started. Is it a Mahabharata or Ramayana or what? See, then in between, our grandson called. Swamiji, 1 minute. I said, wait a minute, I am seeing your grandson and coming. He asked me, Swamiji, how can you listen to grandma? The same thing she tells again and again. What should I do? Should I plug her mouth? Yes, we do that. How do you do? We show her fingers. You told 4 times. So then she keeps quiet. I said, very good Maha Mantra. So again I went. Swamiji, I forgot what I was telling you. Anyway, I'll start again. Then I told her, you told me 25 times. Enough. Anybody asks you, how are you? Thok do. See? I am on the top of the world. But the word should carry the meaning. Then ठीक है यार, world के top पर बैठे. Not like that. Insist that you are happy and you will be happy. Insist. That is all. Only by practice we are what we are. See? Therefore, jnanadvayena nashtesmin ajnane tat kruta vritti. Therefore, first, jnanadvayena, 2 types of knowledges. One is paroksha jnanam, second is aparoksha jnanam. So by these 2 knowledges, nashtesmin ajnane, when the ignorance is destroyed, tat kruta vritti, and the result of the ignorance was the avruti or the covering. Then na bhati nasti cheti esha vividhapi vinashyati. So what was the ignorance? Ignorance was there is no Brahman like anything. There is no God. I am atheist. One young man somewhere met me probably recently, South Africa. He said, Swamiji, I don't believe in God. I said, come near me. I told in his ear, I also don't believe in God. Really? Yes. He expected, I will try to tell him, no beta, you should believe in God and all that. See, friends. So he became so frustrated. You don't believe? No, I don't believe. No, what will you talk thereafter? Tell me. Then I told him, do you know, you don't believe in God? Because you are God. No, Swamiji, how can I be God? Therefore you are a God. See, friends, atheists are more dedicated to the God than the so-called devotees because they are constantly negating. When you negate something, you have accepted it, is it not? Therefore, jnanadvayena, by these two knowledges, paroksha and aparoksha jnanam, ignorance and avara is destroyed. Therefore, na bhati nasti ittesha vividha api vinashyati. Therefore, Brahma nasti and na bhati. Nasti means Brahman is not, and na bhati, it is not experienced. These two conditions also disappear. And therefore, this knowledge, when it becomes deeper and firm, all our problems disappear. But where from the problems come? When we start to understand it. In Kenopanishad it comes. The student was told, na tatra chakshur gacchati, na vak gacchati, na manaha, na vidmaha, na vijanimaha, yatha etat anushisya. The truth cannot be spoken of. It is not the subject matter of Jnanendriyas, Karmendriyas, mind and intellect. Not only that, we don't know how to teach. After having told, then the student says, I have understood very well now. So the teacher scolds him. Yadi manne se suvedeti dharameva nunam tvam vetta brahmano rupam. If you say, I have understood very well, you have understood nothing. Because we told you, it is not the field of intellect. How can you understand? Then go and contemplate again. He again goes and comes back. Naham manne suvedeti. No na vedeti vedacha. Jaha tadveda tadveda. No na vedechi tadveda. I don't say that I have understood, but that doesn't mean I have not understood. He who has understood in this way, that it cannot be understood in this way, he who understands, he alone has understood. Understood. The teacher says, perfect. Avidnyatam vijanatam, vidnyatam avijanatam. Those who know, they know not. Those who do not know, they know. And therefore, wise people remain quiet. There is nothing to talk about. So, continuing further, paroksha jnanataha nashyet asatva vritti hetuta. By paroksha jnanam, when we listen to satsanga, go to the teacher, that is paroksha jnanam. Then nashyet asatva vritti, avritti. The notion that Brahman is not, this ignorance is destroyed. We hear about something. See? And aparoksha jnana nashya hi abhana vritti hetuta. And by the aparoksha jnanam, now it is no more. Yes, Brahman is. Are we obliging the Brahman or what? It has to be our experience. So the paroksha jnanam gives us a possibility that there is truth, although I may not be experiencing. And when I work on that, reflecting again and again, Shravan, Manan, Nididhyasan, after what we hear is paroksha jnanam, Shravan. Then knowledge is there, but there are some lingering doubts. Then reflect on it. So when we reflect on what we have heard, slowly, slowly, that reflection removes those doubts. And when the knowledge is doubt-free, but pending experience is not there. That is, then we are committed to that. That is called a nididhyasan. Nididhyasan is like Kamihi nari piyari jimi lobhihi priya jimidam timi raghunath nirantara priya lagaho mohiram. Like for a greedy person, other than money, there is no theme. In the same manner, nididhyasana is we are committed to the truth, to the exclusion of everything. That is nididhyasana. Nididhyasana is not meditation. See? So, aparoksha jnana nashya. And when we are thus committed, in due time, all the doubts disappear. Be attentive. We develop a different standpoint while interacting with the world. Our present standpoint is the relative standpoint. See. Therefore, in devotion it is said, look at the world as God is looking at his own creation. This is the view of the devotion. Now the same thing I'll tell you from different standpoint, from Vedanta point of view. Once I happened to go to some vaccine laboratory. They took me to show how vaccines are produced. And then took some air-conditioned room, and there were many cages kept in line, and they were white mice. They say in each cage there are about 10-15 mice, and then we give injection, all that thing, and then we observe different doses of injection, different way how these things work, and we take the data. So when he was explaining, my attention was not at him. I was enjoying those mice. So I asked him, what data you take? We see out of this dose, so many were injected, this happened, so many have this effect, so many have this effect and all that. Okay. And then we discard this thing, then this lot is over, we throw it. Then we have got another newly bred, inbred lines of these mice. So I said, thank you for Brahmadhyanam. He said, what Brahmadhyanam? Exactly the same way. Bhagwan has created this world. In one cage, Gujarati. In other cage, Tamilian. In third cage, Bengali. Upar se, Rasgulla. Wow. Experiment over, hata. Another one. God is looking at us like experimental animals. Now, what can you do with? Except injection diya laga do. Over. But we become so serious. Friends, we have zero choice in this world. No choice. So instead of working under compulsion of no choice, why not live choiceless? Jo thari raha hai, jo mari raha hai. Relax. See? Therefore, aparoksha jnana nasya hi abhana vritti hetuta. What is aparoksha jnanam? Is this. Now start playing. Like the children play. Brother, sister, they play. Husband, wife. Do they become husband, wife? They don't become, but they are playing. Time pass. Similarly, play. Meditation, meditation. What it is like being Brahman? Play. Don't do that. Aham Brahmasmi, Aham Brahma. Play. What is that which is Brahma, Brahatman, bigger than the biggest? Bigger than the biggest is space. Now, what could be the experience of the space? Then, space supports everything, rejects nothing, doesn't get influenced by anything. Wow, got it. So, we support waking, dream, we have everything, possessions. We support deep sleep, samadhi, we have nothing, negations. But we are the same. This me, like the space, not opposed to waking dream or deep sleep and samadhi. Start playing. Slowly it will happen. All our old habit of becoming too much influenced by possessions and relations will reduce. And as a result, we will be at peace with ourselves. Atmaiva Atmano Bandhu, Atmaiva Ripuratmana. All of us suffer maximum because of ourselves, not because of others. And therefore, to run away from ourselves, we are taking support of newspaper or the TV or the WhatsApp or YouTube, so that we go away from ourselves. So when we are at peace with ourselves, then I don't experience the reality, this notion will disappear. That is aparokshanubhuti. The aparoksha jnana nashya hi abhana vritti hetuta. Then abhana varne nashte jivatva rupa samkshayat kartrutvadyakila shokaha samsarakya nivartate. And then abhana varne nashte. But I don't experience the divine that I am Brahman. I told everybody, but they don't listen to me. What should I do? See, somewhere I was in US, in a small temple, maybe about 8-10 people. After my satsang was over, there was one typical South Indian. When the people go out of India, they become more Indian. Normally they are not. But when they go out, they become more Indian. Indian means what? Put a big jabba. They are Indian. And then if they are South Indian, more decoration. The lungi, over that a kapada, I don't know why they. And then there will be railway lines and dish antenna and everything. So one old man like that, he came. And he said, Swamiji, like you, I am also Brahman. Can you give me some tips how to become popular? You could laugh. But I was thinking, what to do with this oldie. Maru kya isko? You can imagine? Abhava varne nashte jivatva aropa samkshayat. When you do not accept yourself to be Jiva, then kartrutva adi akhila shoka samsara kya nivartate. Then you don't want anything. Nothing is to be achieved. Na kuch pana, na kuch kona. See? So till such time, even a single thought erupts in our mind like a pop. We are still far away from the truth. Therefore, the example given by Bhagavan Krishna is Ya nisha sarva bhutanam tasyam jagrati sanyami yasyam jagrati bhutani sa nisha pashyato munehe. Pashyato munehe, the one abiding in the truth, is awakened to the divinity and is sleeping to the relative world. And ignorant people are awakened to the relative world and sleeping to the divinity. This is the only difference. So, although we are living at the relative level, abidance in the absolute is still possible, and it is. Otherwise, no wise man would have been living in this world. It will mean that realization means death. No. See? Even if you remember in our Yoga Vasishta, it is said, Bhagwan Rama was told by Vasishta ji, the problem with you is you are doing meditation. Stop that. फिर क्या करूं? That disease of doing something, achieving something, protecting something is the real expression of the ignorance. Therefore, kartrutva adi akhila shokaha. I have done this much, I have done that thing. See, so many years I have been chanting Lord's name, nothing happened. To whom? To Rama. See, till such time we are having this notion, we are samsari. Therefore, if we are slowly accepting this, start playing meditation, what it is like being Brahman, infinite, supports everything, gets disturbed by nothing. The rule is, the illuminator is not influenced by what is illumined. This is the rule. And we don't have to do anything in this thing. But the problem is we want to do something, then suffer. So when our vision is illuminating all colors and forms, vision doesn't get influence. See? This is our natural state. Mind is not influenced whether the eyes are closed or open. Eye is not influenced whether likes or dislikes. Life is not influenced whether we are living or we are in coma. As you go nearer to yourself, all the peripheral problem will slowly start evaporating. So, nivrutte sarva samsare nitya muktatva bhasanat nirankusha bhavet trupti punah shoka asamudbhavat. Nivrutte sarva samsare. So, what is the meaning of dukkha nivrutti? Sarva samsara nivrutti. Samsara is what? And who is a samsari? Young, healthy, intelligent, free boy thought one day, what is life without a sari? Therefore, he went and caught hold of a sari, samsari, and became a samsari. Therefore, nivrutte sarva samsare, nitya muktatva bhasanat. Then one comes to realize, really, just only analyze your own experience. Childhood, whatever we were, there was something for which we were extremely attached. As we are grown up, now remember that. And don't we feel how stupid we were? It is not history. Now also the same thing. That time we were frustrated for the marbles. Now we are frustrated. I want to get marble flooring in my toilet. Marble will never leave you. That which mars your ball is marble. Nivrutte sarva samsare nitya muktatva bhasanat. When we thus come to discover this reality, nirankusha bhavet trupti. So the contentment is not qualified contentment. Our contentment is qualified. If this happens, then I am happy. If that doesn't happen, I am not happy. Nirankusha means nothing in this world will ever disturb us. And for that, simple rule, Jehi vidhi rakhe ram, tehi vidhi rahiye, jo thari rahe so mari rahe. Relax, relax, relax. Therefore, bhavit trupti punaha shoka asamudbhavat. Thereafter, one will never be miserable in life. Otherwise, it was so nice, we went for that retreat, it was so very good, but came home and again the same grandchildren and then maro ek kaske. Useless. Who can help us? We are holding on to. In Kerala, there is a story, I don't know in that language, the story I remember. There was somebody, Nambudri. Nambudris are originally from Andhra Pradesh. Nambudri is a place, something like that. They were all Brahmins, very intelligent, hardworking. And the king of that time in Kerala, he knew Keralites are lazy people. So he invited hundreds of them. And then they were doing all the puja poti from Andhra Pradesh. Therefore, they are called a Nambudri. Nambudri Brahmins. This is how it is. So there was a Nambudri. And he was in the forest or somewhere. He saw one tiger. And for no reason. Why the Nambudris do something, we do not know. They do it. So he caught hold of the tail of the tiger. Now the tiger wanted to bite him. But as he is moving, Nambudri also moving. He is also moving. Now the tiger could not bite him or eat him. Now the problem was, neither he can hold it nor he can leave it. This is our samsara. What a beautiful thing. If you leave it, he will bounce on you. If you don't leave, you keep on moving like this. Whole life. Friends, therefore, अपरोक्ष ज्ञान शोक निवृत्त्या के उभे इमे अवस्थे जीवगे ब्रुते आत्मानं चेदिति श्रुति. So what was the original Shruti Vakya? Atmanam chet vijaniyat ayamasmiti purushaha kimichan kasya kamaya shariram anushajvare. Here kimichan is a exclamation. Kimichan. Will he anything desire? Kasya kamaya. For whom? Because there is nobody. He is no more limited by the Panchakoshas. So, can there be a desire when the Jiva Bhav disappears? This is the question. Therefore, cha iti shrutihi. So, shruti refers to the mantra. So, aparoksha jnana shoka nivrutyakhe. So, by the aparoksha jnanam, then shoka nivrutti. And therefore, all the miseries of the world disappear. Now, these two, avasthe, jiva ge brute. So, they belong to the jiva. Therefore, starting from the avidya, avarana, vikshepa, paroksha jnana, aparoksha jnana, dukkha nivrutti and nirankusha trupti. All the 7 things belong to the jiva and they are superimposed on the Brahman, which is supporting all of them but not getting influenced by any one of them. Only qualified student can listen to this. You are all qualified. In one place in Kaivalya Dham, I was talking on Brahma Sutra. So there, other than Brahman, no other topic. So there was one floating population came, kya chal raha hai? Can I sit? I said, I don't know, you can sit or not. Even our English is poor. Can I sit? I don't know. Thank God he was not a Bengali. You know? Do you know what will happen? So he came and after the lecture was over, Swamiji, how long are you going to talk about Brahman? Brahman कुछ और नहीं है क्या? अरे ये क्या मिठाई की दुकान है? और नहीं है क्या? Therefore, unless a student is qualified, he will not be able to sit in satsang. Therefore, I always compared our satsang with the gym. Maximum crowds you get in free Bollywood. Bhogi. Second, big crowds are in the hospitals. Rogi. The third are in the temples. They are kami. See? And very few go to the gym. You see, all the gym, they give you so many free bucks. First month free, you can get a guest. Fresh towel will be given. But come. You can't get huge crowds there. In the same manner, in our satsang, you cannot get crowds because here there is no tabla, no peti, no dance, no nothing. And when the people sleep in the katha, then the कथाकार he thinks now इसको कैसे उठाओ सियावर रामचंद्र की आ गए चलो friends. Therefore, aparoksha jnana shoka nivruttya ke ube ime avaste jivage brute atmanam chediti shruti. Therefore, all these things belong to the jiva. Now, after having come to this point, now we go for the next topic. Ayam iti aparokshatvam uktam tad vividham bhavet vishaya prakasha tvat vidya api evam tadikshanat. Now, ayam, this word ayam in this mantra, atmanam ched vijayaniyat, ayam asmiti purusha, this ayam is indicating aparokshatvam. Ayam purusha, uktam. And this ayam is vividham bhavet. How? Vishaya swaprakashatvat and evam dhya api tadikshanat. Be very attentive. First of all, this aparoksha jnanam is indicated by the word I am. One is the Vishaya Swaprakashatvad. Our being is self-established, self-illumined. We don't require anybody's certification, whether I am or I am not. We know. Dr. Sam, please tell me whether I am or not. You, not only you are a dumb also. Okay, thank you. See, we don't require anybody's certification for our being. Swaprakashatva. And second thing, Diya api evam tadikshanad. Be attentive. Don't we know I am? This I know. I amness is self-established. And is it because everybody tells therefore I may be? No. So the self is self-illumined, and that I know now because of the aparoksha jnanam. I don't have to go and ask, excuse me, can you tell me whether I am realizing or not? Take the temperature gun, found out. No. No. Therefore, both Vishaya Swaprakashatvat Dhya api evam tadikshanat. Therefore, the self being self-illumined, and also we come to discover that our existence is recognized by us as mere presence. Paroksha jnana kalepi Vishaya Swaprakashatam Sama Brahma Swaprakasham Asti iti evam vibodhanat. Therefore, Paroksha jnana kalepi, when we have only heard that we are Satchidananda Brahma, we have not experienced. Whether we have experienced or not, we have only heard. Whether we know or not, even that time also, the truth is aparoksha. The truth is immediate. See? Meaning, because we have not experienced, that doesn't mean it doesn't exist. Therefore, paroksha jnana kale api, when we are listening to satsanga and we come to know something about the Brahman, the reality, that what is that? Asti bhati. It is and it is experience. So, this is we have heard in paroksha jnanam while listening to satsanga. Even that time, although we have not experienced Vishaya Saprakashata, Sama, even then we continue to be Brahman. Take an example to understand this. Swami Vivekananda approached Bhagwan Ramakrishna Paramahansa and he said, you are constantly sending me messages to come. Are you getting attached to me or what? You are a Mahatma, you should not get attached to me. That great master said, you accept me as your guru under the atmosphere of suspicion and doubt. But I know you who you are. See the difference? Therefore, from the Guru's point of view, all are divine. See? But from the disciples' point of view, देखते हैं कितने गहराई में है. See, friends, it is a subjective experience, cannot be spoken of, can be only trusted. Shraddha, Bhakti, Dhyana, Yoga, Davai. Therefore, Paroksha Dhyana Kalepi Vishaya Saprakashata Sama, remaining self-illumined, self-established is same. Saprakasham Asti iti evam vibodhanat. Because the truth is of the nature of self-illumined. When this is known, then even at the time of not experience, that time also the truth is. And after experiencing, also the truth is. Now what is the experience? Experience is where the experiencer disappears. Experience without experiencer is the truth. I have not forgotten. Don't sympathize. Now, this experience, is it through sense organs, mind, or intellect? But this is known by intellect. That which is existing in the absence of everything. That which gives existence even to the absence. Aham brahmeti anulikhya brahma stiti evam ullikhet paroksha jnanametanna bhrantam badha anirupanat. But a question is raised. See, if one has only heard in paroksha jnanam satsanga that brahma asti, brahman is, but there is no experience. Yes, we agree, he will not tell us lies, brahman is, but actually there is no experience. What is experience? Brahma. While giving the lecture, Aham Brahmasmi. After lecture, Aham Brahmosmi. So, Aham Brahma iti anulikhya. When Aham Brahmasmi is not experienced, even then, Brahma asti iti va ullikhet. Even then, you may not have experience, but hold on to that. How? Paroksha jnanam etat. No, but it will be only paroksha jnanam. So what? Na bhrantam. It is not illusion. It is not delusion. Because badha anirupanat. What is the meaning of badha nirupanat? See, that which appears and on inquiry it is negated, it is called as badha. Like the same example of snake and a rope. The rope is appearing, the snake is appearing. But when correct inquiry is conducted, that snake disappears. This is called as badha. On inquiry, it is negated. But when you have heard in this paroksha jnanam satsanga, Brahman is, and therefore, although no experience yet, it is not negated. Because when you inquire, it is established, it is not negated. Therefore, there is a difference between illusion and the aparoksha jnana. This is a very subtle point. Because we are not experiencing, that doesn't mean it is wrong. No. It is our inability. And what is the inability? We want something. This mantra, you must go deep in your heart, where Upanishad says, Satyam Jnanam Anantam Brahma Yo Veda Nitam Guhayam, in the heart, as the substratum of the Panchakoshas. Yo Veda Nitam Guhayam Parame Vyomanna, the supreme space. There are three spaces. One is the gross space, Bhutakash, where we are, Bhutmatra are there. The second is the mind space, where there is a thought world. And third is the conscious space. See? Conscious space is the Chidakasha. And in this Chidakasha, the so-called appearances of the Jiva are. And when the Jiva comes to discover, Atmanam ched vijaniyat ayamasmiti purusha, will he ever desire anything? Because he is no more a Jiva. See? When a person was told, oh, I saw an accident, very bad accident. These days, youngsters are behaving very wrong way. They don't have control way. And their parents also give such kind of vehicles and blah, 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 blah. No, I am talking about the accident. Probably it was your son who got. Oh, my son got. Immediately Jiva is born. Earlier, philosopher. See, friends. Therefore, Paroksha Jnanam etad na bhrantam. So there is a difference between Paroksha Jnanam and Bhranti, delusion. Delusion is subject to change. Paroksha Jnanam is established, although not experienced. The basic thing. Bhranti is what? Bhranti is, oh, that girl is so beautiful, so nice. And when the truth is revealed, Bhranti goes away. I read one story from Swami Akhandanji Maharaj, a very beautiful story. He has never gone, but somebody must have told him. He said there was one Indian NRI father went to USA, maybe from UP, Bihar, etc. And his children used to go for work, so he was given some dollars and spend time in this big mall. We'll come and pick you up in the evening. So, hardly knowing any English and all that, and looking everywhere with a great surprise because never seen anything. Then sitting in a place, there used to be one lady also coming, sitting. He started becoming friendly with her and all that. And then he said, you people are so beautiful. Our Indian ladies, they have got black hair. Yours are golden hair. She took out, take. Wig. See? Your eyes are so hazel eyes. Our Indian black eyes. Took out. And your teeth are unique. Kadak. Bhranti matra. See, friends. Therefore, that she is beautiful, etc., was a Bhranti because it is negated. But you are Brahman, cannot be negated. Whether you want or you don't want, you are divine. Jabardasti. Therefore, Paroksha Jnanam etan na Bhrantam Badha Anirupanat. This is the most important aspect we have to learn. Brahmanasti iti manam chet syat badhe tada dhruvam na jaivam prabalam manam pashyamoto na badhyate. Remember, we are studying Upanishadic statement. Because somebody says something, we don't have value for that. Are you talking with reference to the authority of Upanishad or not? This is what I said. Brahma na asti iti manam chet syad badhe tatadadhruvam. Is there any authority of knowledge where it is said there is no Brahman? Is nowhere. And therefore, aparoksha jnanam is established even if the paroksha jnanam is incomplete. Meaning, even if we do not experience, only we are heard, and yet the truth is infinite and that is our essential nature. This is what our scripture said, therefore, Brahma nasti iti manam chet. If there was any statement in Upanishad or anywhere that there is nothing like Brahman, then we can agree, yes, paroksha jnanam can be negated, but it is not. Na chaivanam prabalam manam. We have not come across any statement in all the Upanishad, etc., that there is no Brahman, it is not possible, and ataha na badhyate. Therefore, if you have to argue, you should argue in the light of the scriptural authority. Therefore, it is said, tarkyatam ma kutarkyatam. See, friends, many a times we try to know the truth with reference to the logic. Therefore, a sincere seeker of truth should not get lost in arguments. Vado na avalambya. Narad Maharshi says in Narad Bhakti Sutra, Vado na avalambya. Don't take refuge in arguments and logic. It will destroy our peace. Therefore, Vyakti anullekya matrena brahmatve swargadhirapi Bhranti syad Vyakti ullekhat samanya ullekha darshanat. If you say, because one has not experienced, that doesn't mean it doesn't exist. Like we talk about hell and heaven. We have not experienced, but we accept it because it is told by the scriptures. In the same manner, we are talking on scriptural authority. And therefore, shall we say that heaven and hell is also Bhranti? If that is considered as Bhranti, you know what will happen? The only way masses can be controlled by two remote control buttons. One is guilt, second is fear. So, if we have no fear that if we do something bad, we go to hell, if we do something good, we'll go to heaven, then only masses can be controlled by element of fear. And therefore, it is necessary that we walk the path according to the scriptural authority. Otherwise, everything is Bhranti, and then we will get lost in that. So, aparokshatva yogyasya na parokshamati brahmaha parokshamiti anulekhad arthat paroksha sambhavat. Therefore, aparokshatva yogyasya na parokshamati brahmaha, that which can be experienced as one's essential nature, about that the paroksha jnanam, although not experienced, only heard, it cannot be considered as Brahma or delusion. Meaning what? Because we have not experienced, although we have studied, that does not mean it is an illusion. It is not Brahma. See? Therefore, paroksham iti anulekhat arthat. Because when we have heard from the scriptures, the Brahman, Satyam Jnanam Anantam Brahma, that doesn't mean that it is an illusion, it is truth. Therefore, we should not go in a wrong way of thinking. No, but you are not realizing the Brahman completely. Amsha gruhite bhranti chet gatadnanam brahmo bhavet. But is it not? You have understood very little bit. Total Brahman you can't experience. Then the teacher says, then gatadnanam brahmam bhavet. Pot is only a part of the total clay. Now, does it mean that pot is not the clay? In the same manner, be attentive. Remaining as an individual and yet living as the Brahman is Jivan Mukti. Others have not understood or experienced. Doesn't matter. You have understood, you have experienced, that is enough. Satya. Haan. Therefore, Om Purnamadaha Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnamevavashishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Harihi Om. Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Harihi Om.